Hey guys, this is your girl Alicia Pink and welcome back to my YouTube channel. But if you are new here, welcome. So before I even start, I need to drink some water because I'm thirsty. Okay, all right, let's get into it. This video is about spirituality and the spiritual community and how there isn't one way to be, I guess, quote unquote woke or a spiritualist or whatever. There isn't one way to be spiritual. I've been on my spiritual journey for a couple of years now, maybe 3 or 4 years now, I believe. 3 or 4 years now I've been on my spiritual journey. And when I first became into the spiritual community, I didn't know anything because I grew up in the church. I grew up in the church. My mom was well, she is a Christian. You know, I grew up in the church since I was a baby. Every single time I decided to do a video, cars just run. But anyways, let me get back to what I'm saying. My mom, I grew up in the church, okay? I went to church every Sunday. I went to morning church. I went to Bible study and before church. I went to night church. I went to evening services on the weekends, not the weekends, the weekdays, like Thursday or Tuesday night service. I was the only kid there, okay, because my mom forced me to go. And school night and all, she did not care. I had to be in church. We did Bible study in my house forcefully, and that is kind of sort of why I never was a Christian. I never liked Christianity because I felt like it was too many rules and too many things you couldn't do, too judgmental. I hated it. And I also very sexist as well. You know, that's also one of the reasons why I can't get down with Christianity or any religion for that matter, is because it's extremely sexist. And it's like, where are the women at? Where's the woman at? Come on, where are the women at? Why isn't women, historical women, in these books and these Bibles? Because I know they exist. I know there exists. It's a lot of history and a lot of things that is hidden from us, and unfortunately we probably will never know. But I just couldn't get down with it. I just felt like it was a sexist religion, very strict religion, judgmental religion. You couldn't dress a certain way, you couldn't act a certain way, you couldn't do certain things, and if you do that, you go to hell. And I just couldn't get down with that. So my spiritual journey started 3 or 4 years ago. I'm not really sure how it happened. I think I read the book The Secret. And that opened my eyes. You know, I found about the law of attraction, then I found about the other universal laws, and I learned about that, and then I learned about crystals, then I learned about tarot, and then I learned, and just opened up my horizon to just a whole new community. I ended up joining a community on Facebook, and I was in that community and I love that group, but unfortunately that group no longer exists because the admin decided to end that group. But I really love that group because it opened my eyes to so much things. And eventually I joined other groups on Facebook and, you know, things like that. And right now I'm not in any spiritual groups on Facebook at all. It's just I have my own, but I'm barely on it. I think I might not have that group anymore either. I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure. But I just the spiritual community nowadays is kind of a little toxic. Not everybody, but a lot of it is toxic, and I'm getting the religion vibe from it now. There's a lot of people that are waking up or whatever, that are woke. I absolutely hate the term woke. It annoys me. It really does. But anyways, a lot of people are woke and waking up, and a lot of these YouTubers that are on YouTube or in these Facebook groups are telling these new people, or telling people that has been practicing for years, how to be spiritual and how they should and shouldn't act, how they should and shouldn't dress, what they should and shouldn't eat. You know, like, if you don't eat meat, you are quote unquote not woke. I don't eat meat anymore. I don't like to use the term vegan because I'm not a strict vegan. I still have honey in my tea. So, you know, and I just don't eat meat or dairy. Basically, I don't really like to call myself a vegan, you know, because I'm a simple vegan. I'm not like an extravagant vegan. You know, I also like meat substitutes. I eat a lot of that. I love it. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't. I also eat a lot of vegetables as well, and drink a lot of water. And, you know, eat fruits and things like that, whatever. I'm still new to vegan. I will be my next month will be my first year of being a vegan. So yeah, in 1 year of being a vegan, I became a vegan last year in August. So yeah, but anyways, you know, and if you listen to certain types of music, you're not quote unquote woke either. Like, if you decide to listen to rap music, trap music, or R&B, or country music, or whatever, you're not quote unquote woke enough. You know, you are low vibration, and that's what they say. Or if you dress a certain way, if you wear makeup, if you don't have natural hair, you're not quote unquote woke either. Like, I hate that. I'm sorry, I absolutely hate it. I follow a lot of spiritual people on YouTube as well. I follow a lot of people because of that, because they are putting spirituality in a box, in a religion box at that. There isn't one way to be spiritual. You can listen to trap music and still be spiritual. You can. I don't listen to trap music personally. I don't. It never was my cup of tea. Don't really care for it. Some music, yeah, I like it, but not a lot. You can't also listen to R&B. I love R&B. That's something that I love listening to. Love 90s R&B. I'm a 90s girl, grew up in the 90s. I was born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s. So yes, I am a 90s girl, and I love R&B. Ain't gonna stop. That's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna stop listening to R&B. Okay. And you know, you can't listen to certain music, and and I'm like, okay, I know that music have frequency and vibrations, but everything has frequency, vibration. This room that I am have a frequency and a vibration. This chair that I'm sitting in have a frequency and vibration. I have a frequency and a vibration. You know, you people that are watching have this frequency and a vibration. So, you know, you can't just tell people that what they're doing is wrong and that what you're doing is right, you know, because once I get that vibe that it is religion and that I can't do what I want to do, make myself happy, because I'm not woke enough, or I'm not, I don't know the term, if I'm not woke enough, I'm not, you know, spiritual enough, or whatever, you know, or I'm fake woke, or like I said, I hate that woke. You know, if I'm not into all of the conspiracy theories that these spiritualists put out there like that, because I'm not. I mean, some conspiracy theories I am like, okay, I question it, but I like to do my own research. I'm not going to take someone as is. I'm not going to look at a YouTube video and say, oh my God, they're telling the absolute truth. Oh my God, I'm going to take their word for as is. But a lot of them, they make these videos, they say these things, but where are your sources? And where did you get your sources from? And who did your sources get their sources from? Who did they interview? Who did they talk to? How do you know these things? I need, you know, like, you know, I'm not going to, even if it's in the book, I'm not going to take it as is. You know, you have to look within yourself. You have to know what's right with you. And if my spirit and my vibe isn't connecting and I'm just like, yeah, I like you, but what you're preaching right now, I'm not with it, because I look at it as discriminating. I truly believe that spirituality is about accepting all, loving all, and non-judgment. You know, I don't want to judge someone because they listen to rap music, or because they eat meat, or because they don't wear natural hair, because they wear makeup. And it's quote unquote mostly women that these people are judging. What about the men? What about the men? You know, they can do whatever they want. Okay, it's always been that way. And no matter, that was my water actually. Let me take a water break. Back to what I was saying. What about the men, you know, that in these spiritual communities? They don't get any judgment. They don't. They can do whatever they want, say whatever they want, curse out whoever they want, be loud as however they want. But let a woman do that. Let a woman wear makeup, have a wig on, loud, talking the way she's talking, and she claims to be a spiritualist. She will be dragged. She will be dragged, not by a black, not by, I'm not saying black people, but not by just the spiritual community that are men, but also women who side with it. Because, and I'm like, just because I love Erykah Badu and I love Beyonce, I'm just gonna compare the two. Just because Erykah Badu wear scarves on her head and, you know, things like that, does not make her any more spiritual than Beyonce, who don't do that. I'm tired of it. It's stupid. You know, a spirituality isn't a fad, isn't a uniform. There's no way to be spiritual. There's no certain look to be spiritual. There's no certain thing you have to do to be spiritual. I'm tired of it. And it's kind of sort of turning me off on the community, because I'm looking at it as toxic. And I don't want to look at it as toxic. And I know your spiritual journey is extremely a lonely road. And I know right now I'm feeling lonely because I'm not connecting at all. And I'm like, this isn't, you know, I'm not connecting with the community, because I'm like, what is this? I'm feeling more religion vibe going on. This is what I escaped. I don't want to go back to that. And once I feel like it's going to that, and that is becoming sexist and becoming a rule, and you're not going to be accepted because, I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but you're not going to be accepted because you don't dress a certain way or act a certain way or look a certain way, then that's a problem. I'm sorry. That is a problem. I don't want to discriminate against anybody. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that people are telling people that, you know, they're not woke enough, and then they feel like, okay, I'm doing this wrong, you know, and, you know, I'm not doing this right, and I'm never going to be woke enough because I'm not, you know, I don't have natural hair, or I wear makeup, or because, you know, things like that, you know. a lot of people have turned away from church because of it as well. Because, you know, people say, come as you are, and they come as they are, and then they get turned away. The spiritual communities become like that. Come as you are, but if you aren't eating, but if you aren't a vegan, but if you aren't listening to the type of music they're listening to, or doing what they're doing, or know what they know, then they don't want you there. And that's not right. You know, we are here to learn. We don't know everything. We learn. I learn daily. Try to improve my spirituality. I read books daily, trying to improve in my spirituality. Do I meditate every day? No, I don't. Do I do yoga? No, I don't every day, but I do yoga. I do yoga and I do Quan Chi. I love both of those. I don't do it every day, but I do it. I don't work out every day either. You know, so, but I do, one thing I do every day is drink water, okay? But there's no one way to be spiritual, and that's just what I wanted to make about this video. There's no one way to be spiritual, and just watch, if your spirit don't sit right with that person who is teaching you about spirituality and telling you what you should and shouldn't do, then just unsubscribe or leave the group, because that's what I had to do. I left groups and I unsubscribed. I'm like, I'm gonna do my own thing and my own path. Obviously we're not on the same frequency, because I'm not feeling everything you're saying, you know, because you think, you know, because if I'm not down with what you're down with, if I don't think that all celebrities are bad and everybody is, you know, a Satanist and Illuminati, and because I don't believe that everybody in Hollywood is crazy and doing harm to people, I'm not woke, I guess, whatever. But because I actually think that some people out there work their butt off, pay their dues, and where they're at because they're supposed to be there, and no one can stop you from your blessings, period, Periana. Nobody can stop you from your blessings, nobody. And I don't care what anybody say about that, you know. So I just was like, I can't follow certain people anymore because I'm just not feeling it. And blessings to them and to their success and to people who agree with what they have to say, but I'm not one of them. I don't go off of, I don't follow the rules. I'm just not a rule type of person, you know. I don't like being told what to do, and when I feel like you're telling me what to do and what I'm doing is wrong and that I should do this because I'm not woke enough, then I gotta go. Bye. Deuces. This ain't for me. But anyways, guys, this is, we're in the video here. But follow who you want to follow, and if that's the route you want to take, do you. But I just think that you should do you and have your own path, because like I said, there's no one way of being spiritual. No one way. You know, you could be spiritual any way you want to be. There's no one way of being spiritual. There's no look of being spiritual at all. You don't have to look a certain way to be spiritual. You don't have to eat a certain way to be spiritual either. You don't have to believe everything that these people believe and agree with every single thing they agree with to be spiritual. You don't have to. And that's that. That's all I wanted to say. And love Mother Nature. Okay guys, thank you guys for watching, and have a beautiful day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. And what do you guys think about the spiritual community? Do you think it's getting a little toxic? Because I do. And I'm like, I need to take a break from the community and just focus on myself. Okay guys, bye.